Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show, Inspiring Lives with Lily Lau. And today, this is the first series kicking off in 2021, and we have Nadzrin Wahab here being our very, very special guest. Welcome, Nadzrin, to our show.
Thank you very much, Lily. It's nice to see you again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Okay. Before we go through the questions interviewing Nadzrin, let me just briefly introduce this great guy to you. Nadzrin used to be a full-time professional learning facilitator and a part-time father, but he was bitten by a radioactive daughter, and he is now a full-time father and a part-time professional learning facilitator. Yeah, he runs 28 different workshops, public and in-house, live and virtual, in workforce performance skills in Malaysia, Cambodia, and Brunei. And of course, many people knows Nadzrin because he's a founder of Virtual LearnCaster, and I'm one of the very, very first student who signed up in this course. Yeah, and I've learned this, and now here I am knowing how to do all this online session, including recording, this video today. Yeah, all these thanks to you, Nadzrin. Yeah.
Thank you.
And just to share, Nadzrin also recently attended my Colored Brain Trainer Certification Program, and he is certified. Congratulations, Nadzrin.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, come, Nadzrin, let's start, right? What was your aspiration in doing the Colored Brain Trainer Certification?
Well, before I became a freelance trainer, I was working at a big consulting company. And back then, a lot of my work dealt with profiling. So they actually sent me for training, and I got the opportunity to pick up a few certifications in profiling tools. And I was happy with that. But as I became more and more interested in it, there were a lot of questions that were unanswered or were difficult to answer. And I sought out other profiling tools. And for a while, that was okay. Then I discovered Colored Brain. And one of the things that a lot of profiling tools, as good as they are, they're still really good, fantastic tools. The difference is that a lot of them were founded a long, long, long time ago. And as a result, a lot of the research was quite old. Very few of them actually update their research with current knowledge, with current data. So I was pleasantly surprised to find out that Colored Brain was actually based on real current research into the brain.
Yes.
And when I saw that, I go, okay, I want this one because it helps answer a lot of different questions, especially from the neuropsychology perspective. Right? You're aware that there are many different schools of thought. And myself, when I was in university, I studied behaviorism, but I could never get into cognitive psychology or neuropsychology because back then it didn't exist. So now neuropsychology exists. Now we understand about the genetic functions of the brain. So that's what drew me to Colored Brain in the first place.
Okay, thank you. And how was your journey like in learning, Colored Brain from me?
Well, the journey itself was unique, I guess, because prior to my batch, I would say, you would run Colored Brain trainer certification face to face.
Yes.
But because 2020 was an amazing year of change, and we had the MCO, we had lockdown, we couldn't move around a lot. So you ran a blended version where we would meet online, and we would study online, and then when the opportune time came, we could come and see you face to face. And what happened was, instead of giving it to us within 1 week, for example, where it would be like back to back days, we did it over what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? I can't remember, but it was a very long journey where we would meet every other day or every 2 days after.
Yes.
And what that did for me was actually, it gave me time to think. It gave me time to ponder and really understand what Colored Brain was. Maybe I don't understand 100%, but what happened was it gave me time to think. If you had given it to me like 4 days straight or like 6 days straight, I might have rebelled a little bit. I think I'm that kind of person. I would have asked a lot of questions, a lot of really weird questions. But when we did the blended classes, I got time to go away, go onto the internet, go back to my books, go back to my teachers. And then I discovered that Colored Brain answers a lot of the questions I had from the moment I started getting interested in psychology, from the moment I started getting interested in human communication. So the journey itself was unique because it gave me a lot of time to think and get my own aha moments, my own eureka moments. To such an extent, I am sure that people come and study from you something, they understand it, they're good at it, but they don't believe in it,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've experienced that before.
Yes, yes. And they
And then
don't
when you
practice after
go,
that. Yeah.
they don't practice after that, right? They're good
Yeah.
at it, they
Yeah.
understand it, but they don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that for the investment, the time and the capital I invested, I wanted to make sure that I really understood this and be able to use it. And that those aha moments gave me that commitment, gave me that conviction that okay, this is good, and I need to share this with people.
Okay,
So my
thank you.
journey was different, I guess, from previous batches.
Okay, yeah. I think to a certain extent it is because
Mhm.
you were the first one to do the blended version. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And you just now you talk about the aha moments, right? What was the aha moments that you got? Do you remember?
Um, Prior to this, like I said, there were a lot of questions that were unanswered.
Uh-huh.
Like for example, in many profiling tools, they say this is how you are, and you can change over time, depending on certain factors and things like that. But those factors were never explained,
Oh,
right? But in
okay, got it.
colored brain tells you very, very clearly, in no uncertain terms, that you are born with a genetic predisposition. Your brain is already structured in such a way that the hormones that are released, they help they put you into one ability, that is that your brain functions this way. And because your brain, as plastic as the brain is, we talk about brain plasticity, as plastic as the brain is, your brain can only process in one particular way. And that aha moment was like, okay, this is not a limitation. This is an understanding. This is freedom. Because once
Mm-hmm.
you understand, okay, this is how it is, then all of the social pressure that tells you you must be something, you must do something differently, you go, no, no, no. Now I'm comfortable. Now I know how I should be, and I've had this all my life. I should be like this, but other people are telling me I should be something else. So
Ah.
it was amazing to be able to be comfortable with how I think, and I know for a fact nobody can argue with me anymore, because I can go, thank you very much for your opinion, you telling me how I should behave, but I know for a fact that this is who I am, and it's not a matter of principle anymore. It's a matter of genetics. And knowing that this is how my brain processes, I can now adapt to process in a different way, because we have now the ability not just to follow what we do, but we can adapt to be able to do something else. Just like, if you have a piece of rope, the rope is rope. I mean, if you stretch it beyond a certain point, it will snap. But
Mm-hmm.
there are so many things you can do with that rope, right? As an
Mm-hmm.
analogy, it is still
Mm-hmm.
not wire. You
Mm-hmm.
still can't carry maybe a truck, but you can at least carry an elephant with it, provided you know how to tie the rope well. And I guess that's the best analogy for it. Your brain is designed a particular way. You can't run away from that design. But oh my God, there's so many things you can do with it, provided you know how to make it work. And that was my aha moment.
Okay, thank you. That's great. That's great. Right, and I assume that Nazrin, you will continue the journey with us to complete your DC trainer certification.
Mhm.
And assuming that you're going to expand this, in your work and all that, right? Who would you want to inspire through your work?
Everyone.
Ooh.
The reason I'm in professional education is because I believe that there are things that should be taught in school that are not taught in school. And my friends in education, in academic education, they're taking care of that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there will be some people, when they get to work, they're lost. So I used to think, okay, if I can help people to live better, to think better, to have better relationships and have better careers, then why not? I might not be impacting a lot of people, but if I can impact a little bit of people, then I'll be happy. So with Colored Brain, with DC, my intention is to just continue doing what I do, as I normally do, but now with far more powerful tools. I have new tools. I have new weapons now.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Amazing. Okay, one last question, Nazrin, right? Now,
Yeah.
what is your one word to summarize, the colored brain that you have learned?
Okay. Um, Thinking about it, I would say it is life changing, or it is game changing. Because if you thought you were something, or you thought you were someone because of what your parents said to you, what your teacher said to you, what your career counselor said to you, or what your boss said to you, oh, I know you are like this. Now you can actually understand for yourself what you really are. And it's not
Mm.
anybody who's like uneducated or nobody with a psychology degree. It's actual facts and figures that tells you this is what you are, okay? And that's an amazing thing. Now take that and run with it and be your best. And when you need to do something different, you know how to adapt to be able to do that. So I'd say life changing.
Okay, okay, really wonderful, marvelous. Thank you very much, Nazrin.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nazrin with us, and we're going to invite more people in another session. And we want to thank you for your time in watching us, and we hope you will continue to watch us and subscribe and click, and share this program with people. And thank you.
Thank you very much.